David James announced his candidacy for mayor here at the Local 89 Union Hall. His tenure as Metro Council president gives him a lot of name recognition and experience. But as evidenced here, it also opens him up to questions about things that happened in the city during his time in office.
It's a hard time right now. And we need a strong leader, a leader with experience in dealing with the day-to-day issues and challenges of operating a large American city.
David James has served in the Metro Council since 2010 and has been elected president of the chamber 4 times. He is also a 30-year law enforcement veteran. He doesn't see that as a liability in the age of Black Lives Matter.
I just got a root canal done from when the police knocked my teeth out of my mouth when I was 14 years old. So I understand when people talk about when we have bad police officers that do bad things to people. I know firsthand.
When asked if he would have fired the LMPD officers involved in the death of Breonna Taylor,
I don't know that I would have known. I don't know what the mayor knew at 2 weeks. I can't really say. It's probably the best thing I could say. And I can't say if I would have fired them or not because of KRS 67C, and they're appealing right now.
James said he would have handled the protests differently.
I think that having some rules of engagement are very important. I think many of you heard me say that in the very beginning, so that the protesters knew what their limits were and what would be accepted and not accepted, but that didn't take place.
He has been a tough critic over the years of Mayor Greg Fisher, a fellow Democrat.
The legislative branch, I've learned, especially as we've gone through this COVID situation and civil unrest, has very, very little power. And so the executive branch in this city is very powerful and can create changes and do the things that needs to be done if it chooses to do so.
James believes he has what it takes to grow Louisville's economy after the pandemic and make sure everyone gets to partake in the prosperity. Mark Vanderhoff, WLKY News.